Cinema, where we focus on a film. I'm Josh, this is Simply Cinema. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of It Ends With Us. Was it good? Was it bad? Or somewhere right in the middle? Let me know all your thoughts and be respectful of others' opinions down in the comments below. Make sure to like this video if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you're already to join in film culture community where we talk about the love of cinema as a whole. But going right into synopsis.
Into a traumatic childhood,
Lily Bloom
to Boston to create a new business and a new life. Meanwhile, she meets a new guy named Raul to get in a relationship with, but there's events that go about the way that reminds her of her past.
And getting into positive, I'd first like to say there's certain ideas that I didn't know what to expect going into it, having never seen the trailer, and so just what it touches upon, Blake Lively having a great performance, touching on great charisma and acting throughout all the guys that she goes about, and all the side characters that balances on all the characters, and it's based on a book by Colleen Harver by the same name, and just what it touches on with the trauma and the relationship abuse goes about in an interesting fashion that is respectful to those that may have faced it in the past, while also not being too harmful. It plays some matters safe that shows a sensitive look into heavy-hitting moments here and there, what happens throughout, but it also doesn't get too graphic or things that are too strong that would stretch into the R-rated film. It goes into a comfortable subject while also being uncomfortable in all the right manners with how it deals with the subject. And so what that all has to do in story, what we get throughout the characters, it has a nice progressional state throughout that is slow at some matters. It never really runs too quick with its subject or with its story. How it deals with its narrative points handles it respectfully, which is good that it's not too quick, because you don't want to brush over certain matters that are important to things that are dealing with trauma or her dealing with her past, touching on some flashbacks that go about her relationship with this boy in the past, relationship with her parents, and things that go about that get uncovered throughout the duration of the film. A flashback here and there that feel like they all have their purpose. You're not necessarily knowing and understanding each thing that comes about along the way until things get revealed more deeply later on, that uncovers its themes, that develops its relationships with the ideas that you're having throughout. And there's things that you could question whether you're going to love it or not, based on things of how it ends, but that's how it deals nicely with its characters. It isn't too fast or well developed as a film necessarily, but it does touch on its poignant moments, that it has its heavy hitting moments for the drama and being able to establish its characters, get you into the dissection of the perspectives that is stealing on throughout the film, cheering for the good ones that you're having, but also looking at everyone as a human with their own failures or things that are going on in their past. And so what it has to be held, it deals sensitively with things that should be done sensitively, making it quite a good film for what it's going to. And going into some mixed elements, there's some things where if you're alert to this sort of situation, trauma or past abuse you have, it isn't too heavy hitting in moments, but it could be something to avoid if you are sensitive to that particular subject or having faced it in your past. Maybe you'll bring back too many memories of yourself. And so I just do want to alert you of that there is 3 moments throughout that are the most traumatizing, 2 particular moments that make me feel uncomfortable for how it uncovers what this film is really tackling as a whole. It dissects why this boyfriend is doing what he's doing, but it doesn't necessarily defend how it is taking place. So just depending on how you particularly deal with this subject as a whole, could be your turning off point of whether you should be seeing the film or not. There's also moments for the general audience where, yes, it deals with it relatively slowly and it takes a little bit to be relatively unique for how it is tackling its trauma or its subject and how that progresses throughout. It does take its time to reveal what it is ultimately about, which makes it feel relatively generally the same to other romance dramas once you're progressing throughout and not necessarily knowing fully how to expect what it uncovers. And so it's a down-to-earth life story that is good for that nature, but can be a little bit of a step back by just being familiar with some of the steps it takes along the way. And so that's just my personal review for It Ends With Us, which I have to rate a personal 7 out of 10. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of It Ends With Us. Was it good? Was it bad? Or somewhere right in the middle? And let me know all that. Make sure to like this video if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you're not already to join in film culture community where we talk about the love of cinema as a whole. So that's just all. Make sure to do yourself a favor and go watch a movie.